Wave.
You said a little bit about you're writing a book. Are you writing a memoir, your own fiction story? Tell us about it. We're all big readers.
Yeah, it's lesbian smut.
Yay!
Yeah.
You're like, Haley, I gotta try something out for the book.
It's for the book.
This is research.
It's called method writing.
Yes. Look it up. I'm a professional.
Well, send us an advance copy because...
Welcome back to House of Maher, a Wave original. Loosen your tie and help yourself to whatever's in the fridge. The Wi-Fi password is oversized_blazer, all caps. You should know that we have a few house rules here.
Girls are magic.
Reading is hot.
And so are you. Make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and watch us with your beady little eyes.
Yeah.
Right.
Let us get into what's happening in the group chat.
I have something, team.
What's that?
As we get closer to summer, and I am shopping for bathing suits currently, something to hold these girlies in. Thoughts on the price of bathing suits? Tops and bottoms are sold separately, and usually at what feels like quite a big price tag. What are our thoughts? I'm looking at a suit right now that's $80 for the top, $80 for the bottom.
Oh my gosh. For a bikini?
Yeah. And like the whole being sold separately thing, which I get different sizes on tops and bottoms, but like I'm a cheap person at heart. Like no offense to Shein, but like not Shein cheap, but I do like something at a...
That's tough because for such a small article of clothing.
Right.
But also for well-made.
Yeah, right.
But a lot of these aren't well made.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
And like we're looking at bad stitching, bad fabric. Like, because it's a swimsuit. We're not looking for organic materials here. You know, we're looking at polyester and spandex and everything that it's already so cheap that I'm like, why are you? It really comes down to labor.
Yeah.
But most of these places aren't using sustainable labor, but are just raising the price to heavens knows what.
Yeah.
Just to make as much money as they can.
You're right. Maybe I should look up some specifically like more sustainable bathing suit making brands, so I feel better about that price tag.
That can be tough though, because I think for us, finding a suit that works well for you, you know, it takes like we found a couple brands that work well, so we try to like continue to buy from that one. But it could be an interesting thing to check out some other brands.
Another reminder that I need to learn how to sew. I gotta take.
You're gonna sew yourself a bathing suit?
I think I'm gonna sew myself a bathing suit.
I'll believe it when I see it.
How about you sew 2 pieces of cloth together first and
First
see
of
how
all,
that
I
goes?
have done that before. I used to sew a lot in college.
Did you? Why?
People used to come to me to like fix stuff before like
I'm talking
lengths
with the
and stuff.
machine, not hand sew.
She's hand sewing a suit.
I hand sewed a girl's dress for the Lax formal one time, or I fixed it for her.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
She gave me a Dunkin' gift card. That was really nice of her.
I used to cut people's hair in college for Dunkin'.
I would too, and I'd braid it for games.
Well, there you go.
All for Dunkin'. A couple
All
of
for
whores over
Dunkin'.
here.
It was our only currency there.
Right.
Another thing in the group chat, this was actually a bit ago, but it's so interesting. So like as women's sports is on the rise, as media coverage is on the rise, my school team, Quinnipiac, cut their women's rugby program.
Awful.
And made it into club.
Just like overnight too.
Just overnight, yeah. They came in, disabled their like social media, told the coach and the assistant coach they were fired, then went and told the girls. It's a very expensive school. It's like, $60,000 a year. So
more than 60,000.
Yeah, more now than it was 60,000 when I went there.
If there was a school that could afford a varsity rugby team,
yeah, it's a good
this
one too.
It's a good school. So Quinnipiac University. Sorry if I hadn't said that. Quinnipiac University. They cited gender equality, and now they're adding men's long distance running and track
to a track program.
I was like, what? So I got this text a bit ago, and from my teammates all in a group chat together, and my coach texted me. So we were just figuring that out, and I think it's so interesting is that as women's sports is still on the rise, it's not in some other ways, and it gets me so sad that no matter the work I'm putting in, like that is the school I went to.
Right.
That is their claim to fame.
They get to tout. Ilona Maher went here, Olympian.
And I came out of that program, a product of that program. That program gave me a lot. So it's sad to see, and I think really disruptive and just disrespectful in some ways. It's shameful, I think.
Especially how they did it in such silence.
Yes.
They didn't consult with the coaches.
That's how they know they're in the wrong.
And also in the spring, now that I'm thinking about it, because now these girls have to, what are they going to do? Apply to a new school? It's like
Yeah, how are you going to transfer? It's pretty late.
It's late. You transfer, or what are they going to have to get $60,000 in student loans if their scholarship is now taken from them? Oh. These girls went to this school to play rugby, and now their whole rugby's been taken.
That's D1 rugby program.
D1 rugby program.
And it's also, with how they did it in such silence, they didn't even try to save it. You know, like if it was a money thing, you could have tried to go around and raise some funds for this.
It's not a money thing.
Yeah.
No.
So anyway, that's it. Just that made me think about it because we were also at a women's sports bar. So it's like interesting, like women's sports bars are on the rise.
Yeah. So happy news. Women's sports bars
are on the rise. We went to Untamed Spirits. We really love.
Here in LA.
There's another one in Long Beach called Watch Me. Mm-hmm. So I love that. I think that's cool. I think it can also now, when we talk to our next guest, or, you know, she'll have something to say on it as a space for queer individuals and just a place to commune and chat. And we were there this weekend. I mean, the owner is a bad influence on us.
They need to bar entry to me.
Olivia cannot go. I've never seen this girl go crazier than when she's at a women's sports bar.
I don't know what it is. I just feel like
she's home.
Happy, safe, comfortable. I just feel so like I'm around all women. Like it's so much fun, and I just like I take tequila shots like I never have in my life.
She never takes shots,
I don't do
dude.
shots.
She's ripping 3.
I'm ripping 3, and I'm like, let me get the lemon pepper wings.
Yeah, she's nachos.
I'll get the mango margarita and the nachos.
It's just an interest. I mean, you're a women's sports fan, being a fan of me in my game. So that's your space. That's your
my
area,
space.
man.
That's my people. It's my area.
It's your safe space.
She goes on her own most of the time.
I really do. I show
starts
up.
drinking,
There's
eats
a shot
20 wings.
ready for me. I joined the beer pong tournament.
She joined a beer pong tournament when we were there.
Not good.
I don't think she was really in it to win it, guys.
No.
She was in it for
the lore
and
you come to playing ping pong.
Come to. No, but I think it's exciting, and there should be even more of these popping up everywhere.
There is a new sports bar on the Upper West Side. It's called the Throwback. I did look it up. Doesn't look like it's just women or gay, but there is a gay flag outside. And so I was like, hey, next to a Knicks flag. You can be both. You know, I've always said that. But I was like, what are we?
And men are allowed in these bars.
Oh my gosh, welcome.
They're allowed.
Actually, like,
watch women's sports.
It's very cool. And actually Untamed Spirits used to be I don't want to say regular sports bar, you know, but it was a sports bar before, and now it's a women's sports bar. But I think some people still know it as this sports bar from before. So I've been there for like big day parties with like celebrating with Angel City girls, like, or whatever. And I watched this group of like 4 guys come in, and they walked all the way in, but they were looking around real confused. They were like, they could tell something was different, and then I think they stayed for one, bless them, and then they rolled out. But I thought that was still great of them. Stay for
Supported.
One. Support. Allies.
Dad was telling me though that actually the number of people who are watching women's soccer is something like 50% men, if not a little more. Yeah, there was a statistics on. Maybe I'm like lying, but that's what Dad says, so I can't trust him. But there's more men watching women's sports than we think.
Really? That's so exciting.
So yeah, come to these spaces, guys.
When I was at the Unrivaled semifinals, the men were the most excited there.
Really?
Like yelling and like knowing all the players' names. It was really incredible. And I was like, you're a big fan.
Well, everyone watches women's sports, and everyone should be checking out and watching our guests this week.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Yeah. Let us know if there is a women's sports bar by you, though, in our comments, so that we can visit them all over the country if we happen to be there. Thank you.
Our fourth Mars sister today is a powerhouse who turned a troll comment into an iconic Sports Illustrated cover. She's a model, a fashion editor, and the founder of the luxury plus-size brand Henning. After coming out at 32, she became a leading voice for queer, AAPI, and size-inclusive communities, proving that ditching the male gaze is the ultimate power move. She's the first ever lesbian on the cover of SI Swimsuit, and she's here to talk all about it. Welcome to the family, Lauren Chan. Welcome.
Thanks for adopting me.
Yay! You fit right in. You're tall.
Yes.
Great boobs on you.
Yep. Her and I, at least we got that going on.
Oh, and Dre's in that
Dre's
too.
on her way. Okay.
All our boobs are special.
All boobs are beautiful.
All boobs are beautiful.
Where are you coming to us from?
I'm at home in New York. Although I wish I was there on the couch with you. Another time.
Another time.
We'll see each other so soon, in a matter of days.
The last time you guys saw each other.
Last time, Laura and I had a beautiful day. We shot together. we get changed. She's changed and I'm shooting. Then it's a whole chaotic process. You see a lot of each other, but it was fun. I like shooting with people because she's hyping me up, then I'm hyping her up, and then they put us together. I have a video. I got to post that video. It's really good.
Yeah, we, for those who don't know, Sports Illustrated now cuts your shoot days into 2 talent at a time. So you share your day. And so every year I kind of go, come on. And Ilona and I got each other this year. So we got to spend the day together in Loretto. It rained for a bit.
Yeah.
We had some fake nipple rings going on.
Yeah.
With wine and pizza. It was a good day.
Now, were you hit by the brown delay I've heard about? The
Brown rain delay.
No, but I have a video of Ilona talking about that, so I can't wait to post that.
we need to see that.
Right. Lauren kept going when we were going together. She's like, I don't think anything's going to happen. We're going to be fine because we have America's sweetheart here. And she kept telling that if I will be our savior if anything happens. I'm like, what? Okay.
What am I going to do?
We have America's sweetheart.
Yeah.
We're
It's true.
okay.
I felt invincible that day. Just from being near your aura, I was like, I could do anything.
Powerful, Ilona. Quit inflating your head, though. Like, enough of that. You're a sister now. You got to bring her down a couple pegs. Come on.
Oh,
That's
true.
how
Okay. It's going to take me a minute to slip in, but I'll get there.
I say method act first, and then it'll just be natural.
We were just talking before this about there's a women's sports bar right by my house that we like love, and we go watch Ilona's team play there. Do you have any by you in New York?
Yeah, tons. Athena Kiki's I say tons because women's sports bars are often lesbian bars or queer-owned spaces, and there are only a handful or 2 in the States, and they're dwindling. So, anyways, yes, per capita, tons. We have Athena Kiki's in Brooklyn.
And what are you watching when you go?
WNBA. We just Wilka's. Thank you. It's Wilka's in the city. Yeah. So Haley and I love the WNBA. We're Liberty fans, obviously, because proximity and champions. And
right.
And yep. And I'm from Toronto, and we just got a team. We got the Tempo. So first season starting so soon.
So
are you changing up alliances?
I contain multitudes, so I'm gonna own like both jerseys, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All those colors look great on me.
That's the spirit. And Adriana says, what do they play each other? I think she should make one of those jerseys
Half and
that's like
half.
split in half.
Yeah. Wait, that's so fun. And then Haley can wear the other halves.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's
no.
really cute.
Yeah.
I love
Beautiful.
that.
I actually dropped the puck at the PWHL Pride game, and that was Toronto versus New York. So
Oh, that's
I should've
cool.
had your jersey idea.
It's all right. Next time. Now you can have it. You can take it now.
While we're here, I want to get into tea time so we can talk a little bit about the WNBA. Draft just happened, and AZ was drafted to Dallas, right?
Dallas.
With Paige.
Just speaking of all this, we hear you're a heated Rivalry fan. Is this true?
Who isn't?
YRN.
Who isn't?
I beg the question, who is not?
Agreed.
And if you're not, why?
Like a
Right.
closeted
Period.
straight man who just won't watch it because he's like, no, that.
Yeah, right.
But he still loves it secretly.
Thou protest human.
Yeah, I was gonna
He
say,
loves it secretly.
I think that still makes him a fan.
Yeah, no, true.
No, you're right. You're right.
Has this been a pride and joy coming out of Canada?
Listen, I've told Jacob so many times that he literally makes me proud to be Canadian because not only like on a personal level am I as a mixed Asian, like queer Canadian, seeing myself represented, seeing it through the coming out story, through the like embodiment of the words that are so true to life. It's also just so incredible for Canadian arts, right?
Mhm.
Like I feel like Canada gets counted out so much, in this show that was shot in like a matter of a month in Hamilton, Ontario, has become the most resonant, I won't even say like talked about or viral, like the most resonant piece of art that has been made in the queer community in a long time and across the board, like in the world in a long time. And so,
Right.
I mean, I can hear myself going into my like my serious like amped up voice because it's just, it really makes me like feel like seen, celebrated, and like I should be proud to be who I am.
It really is that deep. Like, get amped up.
No, it really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm about to learn how to play hockey.
Are you
okay.
actually?
Now, imagine me on
Oh.
skates. I'm
I
top
was
heavy,
like-
girls.
You you went from that puck drop. You're like, I got to get out there more.
I gotta get out of here more.
This is really my scene now.
I got to lace up these skates a little bit, I think.
Just like
what's
imagine me in the gear.
You're the goalie.
You can make it work.
Yeah.
If anybody can, you can make it work.
We'll see you at the next
You
Winter
know what?
Olympics.
I'll take that challenge. Catch me in like a Julia Fox hockey padding look soon.
Oh, love.
Oh my God.
Or another Canadian icon,
Tate
Miss
McRae.
Tate McRae. She loves a hockey uniform.
She loves a hockey player. Yeah.
That too. That too.
That's where her and I differ. That is where her and I differ. Yeah.
I think it's really been Canada's year. And I will say, I do appreciate how Jacob is furthering that. When they were talking about casting for season 2, he was saying that they were prioritizing Canadians. And I was
really?
like, as they should. Well, also, so much of Heated Rivalry was like not sponsored, but a lot of the money was from the Canadian government and different organizations. So yeah.
The Canadian government's an ally.
Hire local.
Yeah, will we see you in season 2 or what?
I don't know. We'll see.
Don't know.
Wouldn't that be a dream?
I'm starting a rumor.
Please
Don't worry,
start
it's happening.
it. I will learn how to skate for that. I'll learn how to become a gay man for that. How's that?
How about that?
You're willing to go the distance.
Truly, I am nothing but committed to the bit.
As you said, you contain multitudes, and one of those is a gay man in Canada. So.
Diva, let me tell you.
The last time you guys all saw each other was Loretto.
Mm-hmm. That was the first time I actually ever met you. Maybe in passing in Miami.
In Miami,
but,
yeah.
Truly met you. And I even walked away and I told my sister, I was like, she is sharp as a tack.
Yeah.
Sharp as a tack. Like, just whenever you spoke, I was like, she is saying something like, I need to write down, like, meaningful. I just remember our first conversation about we just started talking about GLP-1s. And just the way that you were just like, we're on the same page. It's getting pushed way too much, everything. But you were just, I remember when we were talking about something and you were like, you looked it up and you said, oh, there's no peer-reviewed study on this. And I was like, what? I would have never thought to just look up has there been a study? Has there been a study about what you're saying? But so that's just me complimenting you. Yeah. I really appreciated your take and your sincerity with that.
That's so sweet. I will say, what a lovely compliment. You 3 are, talk about sharp as a tack and hilarious and smart and kind and powerful. And I feel like you bring everybody up to where you're at. And so, wow, what a compliment from you. Thank you. That's very kind. I take that to heart.
And I could tell that you are a writer. And I would like to ask a little bit more about that. You write for Who What Where. How has that been to continue having this arm of your career and expressing yourself that way? Because
I spent the formative years of my career as a writer, a fashion writer, and then an editor and then director. I was at Glamour for the bulk of that, and I was focused on fashion, but I had my own niche in size inclusion. And that was really during kind of the heyday of inclusion. As we look back now, it's like the years that people in the community remember fondly. So we're talking 2014 to 18. And so that was where I learned how to use my voice, my words to create community, be representative of people, and change a landscape. And it taught me to all the muscles that I needed to go start my clothing business for plus size folks, and then to be on a public platform like Sports Illustrated, being an LGBTQ plus advocate. And it's nice, to answer your question, to be back with a column at Who What Where, just to put some thoughts on paper once a month, a few words. But yeah, I'm in my 30s now, so I don't necessarily have the stamina to be constantly writing and editing, because I commend everyone who does. It's an around the clock job, Beyonce has a baby in the middle of the night and you're working through the night. So I need my beauty sleep these days. Yeah.
We're always talking about what we're listening to, but how we listen also matters. That's why we've been all in on JBL's live headphones for our audiobooks.
They're perfect for anyone who wants an immersive audio experience and loves getting lost in a great audiobook or podcast.
And trust me, I love getting lost in a great audiobook.
JBL's live headphones really take it to the next level with their bold, unfiltered sound.
Whether you're at home or on a long-haul flight, the Live's 80-hour battery life is perfect for a long listening sesh, so you don't have to press pause when the story gets good.
They're perfect for a daily commute because the True Adaptive Noise Cancellation 2.0 with real-time adjustments lets you decide how deeply you immerse yourself.
From fantasy and fairy smut on the beach to saga fiction or true crime, the JBL's live headphones bring every gripping, vivid, even steamy detail to life in full color.
So if you're ready to tune out the noise and lean into your own original sound, throw on a pair of JBL live headphones and let every story hit exactly the way it was supposed to.
With a range of colors to match your vibe, find your pair at jbl.com.
We talk a lot, of course, with you as being a body positive advocate. And I've been seeing a lot of my people I follow is that in the fashion industry recently, it seems like we're honestly going backwards. I was watching, maybe you reposted, somebody reposted of like the number of curve models has continued to decline. Is that just with the rise of, skinny? Is that like, do we think it's a cycle that's going to come back around again? Is that just life? Like, it's a fad and then we go through, or what are your thoughts on this new change?
Yeah. I mean, overall, if we pull the camera back, I think that, yes, we are seeing like a recession in size inclusion. But I think that if we look at the graph of inclusion, pulled way back, like the stock market, the S&P over 50 years or something, it'll look like exactly like the S&P chart where it goes like this. And so that stock will always, always, always rise. But there might be a low that's lower than the high of here. You know what I mean? And so you feel that step back, like you feel the loss of that representation in movies, TV, fashion, culture, what have you, because we've come quite a ways. And so I think, yes, we are in a dip right now because of medications, because of the government, because of economics and how they affect people. I think that it also has to do a lot with like the conversations online about like conservatism and trad wives and what have you, and not having women take up space and yada, yada, yada. I won't go too far into that wormhole, but I do think we will see a resurgence. I do think that, as always, it will push a new kind of diversity and a new conversation forward. And, I am excited for that. You can really see it in any trend. Like as AI is going to get more prevalent, and thereby the beauty standard might recede even more to like whatever you might think of as an AI woman looks like, it will be cooler to be yourself, to be fat, to take up space, to have imperfect skin, to post lo-fi photos, to revert to digicams. You know what I mean? Like, it only makes sense that the cool kids who set the new wave of culture are going to like not want to do the AI of it all.
What made you want to go from kind of being behind the camera, writing, to being in front of it and really putting yourself out there in that way?
I mean, I think my North Star has always been representation and actual offering, whether that's like content, product, or advocacy. And I've kind of tried like a lot of the ways to get that done, whether it's been through publishing in magazines or product in my business. And it kind of just happens that it was the natural next step. Like it was happening that brands were starting to book editors for content stuff. We have to remember this was like 10 years ago. So I had done some early stuff for like Old Navy and Clinique while I was still an editor. And then I went to my agency, Jag Models. And so that kind of picked up more in front of camera work too. And then since I've been in Sports Illustrated, I've been doing more TV. So, I work a lot in live hosting red carpets and junkets. For eTalk Canada, I've been a guest judge on Canada's Drag Race and Project Runway. I do daytime talk shows like The Social and The Good Stuff. And I've been a contestant even on the Traders Canada. So I think that I've always just kind of tried every avenue. Like, why say no? You know what I mean?
And who were some of your earliest influences into fashion?
I mean, if I really think about it, I started loving fashion when I was a teenager. So like the older world of fashion, like I remember keeping my Vogue September 2024 cover issue, and it's like a fold out cover of like the 9 supermodels at the time, and they're all like Eastern Bloc thin and white except for Leah Kabede, I believe. And so I think that like absorbing that version of fashion and that beauty ideal like informed my own like warped sense of self until I was later able to like work on myself and love myself, but also like informed what I really wanted to show up and change.
And you mean 2004?
Yeah, what did I say?
2024. So I was like, damn, she is.
Oh, yeah. It all happened so fast.
It's like, she turned around quick on that. Okay. Okay, cool. Got you.
And who's lighting you up right now in fashion?
Besides the girl in the mirror, my friend Willie Norris, I'm really obsessed with her work. It's like an intersection of advocacy and fashion design. She's got a look in the Met Institute, and we're working on some collabs for the summer that'll be out soon. Who else? I really love emerging designers. So everybody from like the huge end of the scale, like Robert One in London, who's like creating these really, I would say like almost drag like couture looks that like later get worn by like Kate Blanchett on a carpet, to folks like Elias Matzo, who is an emerging student designer that I found on social media and wore on Project Runway Canada, and then walked the Christian Cowan show because he had made some corsets for Christian Cowan. But I really feel like the magic is in the emerging designers because they're still so artful and they haven't like, you know, been downtrodden by the world of retail and the kind of backwards fashion business. So yeah.
What can we get ahead of? What do you predict is coming trend-wise, fashion-wise? What kind of sunglasses should I be buying, or what do you recommend?
Okay, I have a pair of Balenciagas right now that I highly recommend because everybody compliments them. They're like a shield and it comes down to the nose bridge. I saw Lisa Rinna wearing them too, so I'll send you a pic.
Please.
And then I just love the 90s like wireframe, like little. I wish I had them. Imagine it.
You're like, these ones.
Yeah, they're upstairs. What sunglasses are you wearing?
I'm loving these big things. Yeah. And I recently got, Ilona, you got a pair of these kind of more wraparound ones that I was like, God, I look so cool. Or do I look like I just had a glaucoma test and I need to like block my eyes were dilated? I can't really tell, but I'm going to go with fashion on this.
Wait, are dilated eyes cool though?
Maybe.
It could be.
Kind of hot.
I have a pair of acne glasses that look like that too. I love them.
Yeah.
I will say sunglasses just kind of find me, and I don't really have a choice on if I like them or not. I don't actively seek out sunglasses, so it's
whatever you find. Those are your sunglasses.
I don't know if they're in or what, but
yeah,
as long as they're protecting my eyes.
We love a practical queen. I'm the exact opposite. It could burn my retinas, and if it looked cool, I would be out there every day in them.
Well, you pushed the boundary on a lot of things. Like I see some of your red carpet looks and everything. Like you're doing it different, and you're doing it, and you're like, the way you're standing out is so cool. How do you decide that when you go put in a look? I think when I put in a look, I'm like, okay, what makes me look like, maybe I haven't used the word flattering, or what makes me look in a certain way. What are you going for when you put these outfits on? Because a lot of them are something we haven't ever seen before.
Well, thank you. And I could talk a lot about that. But first, I'm going to say that's not true about yourself. You have amazing style. And also, I love a sharp as a tack girl who like, it was like someone said that you looked pregnant in something and you snapped right back at him. And then the next few looks you wore were like midriff looks. So
I got my belly out.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm at your level yet, though, Lauren. The stuff you're wearing is so cool. All right,
get more experimental.
I see your outfits. I'm like, God, no one's doing it like her. Approved. Like, yeah, it's another good one.
Thanks, girls. Okay, well, I guess my style has changed so much since I've like embraced my queerness and become really bold with like the defiance of that and having fun. Like I used to dress in a way that really minimized myself. I used clothing like armor. And since coming out, like I genuinely love my body. And I think that like saggy tits and a flat ass is fine and good because like, wow, what a beautiful thing to have like a body. And that's just naturally how it looks. And so I don't worry as much about flattery in the female gaze. I think that being around queer folks and like being such a fan of drag and being part of like the emerging designer community here has really allowed me to understand clothing in a way that is art and fun and camp and cheeky. And then I think I have these like really fun opportunities to like put stuff together in a way that I can wear something like that. So this week for Sports Illustrated swimsuit, I'm wearing a dress made out of oyster shells. You know, 2 years ago, I wore one that was from an emerging designer called Mario Finito. And it was just a sheet of clear resin. So it was made to look like a bucket of water was thrown at me. And like, that's drag, mama. Like that's not like you can go to a store and buy that dress. That's like creating with queer designers, having queer inspiration, and then being like bold enough to show up and be like, this is my opinion on what's going to make this moment expressive.
Now, why do you think your queerness does that for you? Is it because like no longer dressing for a certain gaze or something, or just you finally feel like you've stepped into your truth?
I mean, both, totally both. On the former, like I used to live in the male gaze in a way that I just felt like I was so wrong. Like I am not the male gaze beauty ideal. I'm not white. I'm not thin. I'm not straight. I'm not blonde, what have you. And so I always like, I can feel my body doing it now, actually. I'm like curling in. Like I just felt like I should always be solving a problem, and like I wasn't beautiful and I wasn't sexy, and that was all up to someone else to decide. And then what gets taught to us is that your clothes and your beauty and how you show up is meant to fix those things that are wrong with you, right? And so and I just I didn't feel comfortable at all in any way. And then like to what you said later, like, and now I feel like myself, and I feel confident in how well I know myself, so that when I, again, don't feel like I belong in that male gaze, I don't go to the solutions of solving it. I go to, and that's because that's not me. And that's that defiance I was talking about. Like, because I'm on solid ground, I really, really like to defy things, because it makes me feel like I get closer to like who I actually am and what I actually want to say.
I like that about you're not dressing to fix a problem. Your body is not the problem. I think that's still ingrained in me. Like when I'm dressing, like, oh, I don't like my arms, let me do that. Oh, like, well, if I have like this sort of figure, my jeans need to hit here. And you recently had a wonderful article talking about silhouette and flattering. And I read that and I was like, oh, you're so right on that about not everything needs to accentuate what is deemed to be beautiful. And I think that also goes hand in hand a little bit with the rise of lesbian aesthetic in fashion. You know, the oversized blazers and the slick back hair and all of those.
No, because I'm right. And it's so heady and it's hard to put into words. And so sometimes like I was just thinking while you're talking, I was like, what's an example of like how I can explain this? So last year to the Victoria's Secret fashion show, I wore a top by Hodakova. The top, we'll put it in quotation marks, is made out of upcycled bras. So the bras run vertically and they're stitched together to make a top. How cool, how camp. It's like so on the nose. It's so unique. Like how exciting to wear to the fashion show about how to look perfect in a bra, right? That said, I get it on. And because the bras are kind of like mismatched and sewn together in a unique way, one of my tits was high and one of my tits was low, because that's where the bras sat. And my old version of myself would have said, I absolutely cannot wear this. Boobs are supposed to be high, round, symmetrical, like in their perfect place, because that's how society tells us men want to look at tits. Now that I'm in the female gaze, I thought, you know what? No girl is going to come up to me and say that. They're going to say, holy shit, is that made out of bras? That's so cool. Where did you get that? Mm-hmm. And that's kind of like what it feels like to get dressed on this side of the female gaze.
And do you still have those moments where like you see one boob up here, one boob down there? How do you still have to actively talk
every morning? Every morning.
I know that's right.
I will say that, and that's such a lie, is like men only want the big boobs. Coming from a straight woman, it's like that's something that's what they want. That's it. And then I get with these men and I'm like, I have tiny boobs. They're like, I like them. I'm like, oh,
you don't care?
You just like boobs, huh? So I just think it's so interesting. We're also feeding into this and about what these men want. And then you ask,
100%.
Of course, there's some men who want it. And then you ask someone, you're like, nah, I think they're great. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you, I guess. Yeah. It's just so interesting. We've kind
These
of...
old things.
These old things. We've like so brainwashed ourselves.
Yeah.
And even... I brainwash myself. Like when I see my sister's boobs, I'm like, that's what men want. Anyway, I'm working on it.
You're unlearning.
No,
it.
I think that like there's a similar, as I hoist him up.
She just hoisted those bad boys.
Oh, listen, Ilona. There's a similar conversation with the word plus size when it pertains to models versus clothes, and it's not apples to apples, it's apples to oranges. And I think that the same thing can apply to like men. And so like a lot of the time we're talking about men in a broad sense under the patriarchy and like how women are oppressed by that overarching theme or force of men. And then like there are so many men who don't subscribe to that and do a great job of being active against that. And like, don't worry, baby boy, we're not talking about you.
You're
like,
fine.
You're okay. Keep going. You know?
You're safe. Absolutely.
Everyone name a man they think is cool. No.
Go around.
Hudson Williams?
Name a man.
I'll take him.
Oh, no.
There's a moment every NFL fan lives for, when the whole team is locked in, when the play unfolds exactly as it was drawn up.
Every single person on that field showing up for each other at exactly the right time. You know that moment, everything coming together all at once. And the best part, nobody got there alone.
That's the feeling U.S. Bank Smartly Checking and Savings was built around. Because your financial life shouldn't be a juggling act. It should work like a team.
Your checking and savings working in sync, tracking your spending, building your balance, and unlocking more rewards the more you use them together.
That's why U.S. Bank Smartly Checking and Savings are designed to do exactly that. Work together for you, so we can reward you more. Because the best teams are built to win together. That's the power of us.
Visit usbank.com today to learn more. Official bank sponsor of the NFL, member FDIC, 2026 U.S. Bank.
There's nothing better than the feeling of freedom and joy that comes from losing yourself in a good workout.
That's why we're excited about Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus, powered by Peloton IQ. This isn't just a treadmill, it's built to make every session feel more personal and more in the moment. Peloton IQ builds a workout roadmap that's completely yours, so you can stop overthinking and just move.
With features that help you plan, stay motivated, and achieve peak performance, you can let yourself run, lift, and stretch while Peloton handles the rest.
Peloton IQ provides intelligent strength coaching so you can stay in the moment. It reads every movement and coaches in real time, so no mental math, no form anxiety, no wondering if you're doing it right, nothing but feeling how good it is to let go.
I love the swivel screen and personalized plans. With one smooth spin, I can move from running on the Tread Plus to strength training off of it with no interruption.
Peloton IQ can also create workout plans and recommend weekly classes that match your mood and energy.
The vibes are immaculate, so let yourself run, lift, fail, try, and go.
Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com.
Can you tell us about your love story? Because I heard something about a PowerPoint presentation proposal, and I am so curious to hear more.
That's true. That's true. So my wife Haley and I got married last fall, and she proposed the summer before with a PowerPoint presentation. I could change that to Canva if they want to call and offer sponsorship at any point.
Anytime. Canva, pick up the phone.
But okay, so she proposed in a slideshow because when we got in our first fight, I kind of like, it was a situation where I had to kind of like go over to her place the next day, kind of being like, I'm so sorry, like, please, it's I'll work on it, da, 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 da. And I walked in like tail between my legs, like, we all know that morning after feeling. And she goes, sit down, the meeting's about to start. And I was like, what? Like, I know she's so funny. She's so funny and she's so good at a bit and she's so creative, but like, it was not the time for it. Like I was like, what's going on? And she like clicks on her TV and there's a slideshow, raccoon themed, about why we shouldn't fight and why we're so perfect for each other. And like, I just was so, I would have said yes that day. Mm-hmm. And I later told my therapist about that. And he, plot twist, was like, that's how it's supposed to feel. That's how it's supposed to be. So she now makes me slideshows on like birthdays or special moments, or to propose to me.
And you had a very chic wedding.
Oh, thank you.
I saw the pictures. You went to like a Chinese restaurant. Yeah. You looked awesome. Tell me about it.
Well, when you get to have a second take, you've learned some things the first time. So yeah, we kind of, we just wanted to make it feel like true to life. We live in New York City. I'm Chinese. We love to go to a queer space. We love drag. And so that's kind of like everything that our like celebrations, I guess, involved. We got married at City Hall. And then a little while after that, we went to WOHOP for Chinese dinner. It was so fun. And then we had our wedding at No Bar, which is the Standard East Village's queer bar. We had some friends do drag, and that kind of like carried us over into our after party at Alan Cummings' bar, Club Cumming. Yeah. So it was a blast.
And was there a PowerPoint presentation at the wedding?
No, we thought about that. We thought about it. I think, yeah, I can't remember why we didn't do it. Maybe we were just like kind of like too overwhelmed by all the other stuff to plan, or I don't know. Maybe I was just like, that's just for me.
That's just for you. Good for you. Keep that. That's yours. Did either of you bring a tradition from each of your lives that you now do together?
God, I guess you're going to puke. We just like fit together so well that I can't even like delineate when living together really like started to gel and when things kind of came together. Honestly, I don't know. I will say that the like group of shared friends that we have, we just like made doing laps of the park with the dog. And that is really special. So we see them like most days, and we travel together now as a group, and it's just, yeah, that's been really special. And that's something that we made like together, you know?
And is there anything you both got rid of? Any traditions you decided to nix?
A husband.
Yeah, right.
Love to him. Love to him. In all seriousness, traditions I decided to nix. I don't know. I feel like honestly we just have bucked so much tradition. Like we didn't really do anything that didn't feel authentic to us. I think that we try to live that way as well. I do a lot less. I guess I like stress less. That's such like a broad thing to say, but honestly, I just feel like I used to be in this apartment, like just like so much more stressed about work or if I had to travel the next week or whatever. And things just really like flow better now with Haley.
And I've seen you too. Super in love. I have a question. So you came out when you were 32, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before that, were you just like, girls are pretty, but men are my thing? Tell us how you came into your own.
Men are my thing. Hey.
That was your thing back then, Lauren. How did you really, I don't know if decide to live in your truth, as you're saying, in your queerness, and what made it okay? Because I mean, 32 is definitely old, but there's no age where, is right to come out. But
yeah,
how did it feel right?
The real answer to that is I didn't know that I wasn't feeling desire. And like, I didn't really know that part of myself was broken. I just, oh God, that's like such a long, complicated answer. But like, okay, so I was raised in a way that is really like, was really ambition driven, by like a Chinese family. I was good at school. I was good at sports, and I knew I was going to be good at whatever I decided to pour myself into for work. And then I didn't have an environment where I was necessarily taught like to process or put my emotions at the forefront of things. And then you like spin that into like a real life of like somebody who's constantly focused on work and ambition and doesn't like feel themselves or their body and kind of like can do without boys. Like I really didn't like date around and like was not boy crazy. My ex-husband was like family to me. Like I would still absolutely go to bat for that man. And so we had like a really beautiful relationship for a long time. And I don't think it's a failure because it ended after 10 or 11 years. I thought that, we really raised each other, and it just so happened that we grew in different directions. And it was because of that safety and that family that I was able to learn this new part about myself, and so he created that environment in a really loving way. He co-created that environment in a really loving way. So it's not that I was not into the relationship, but my desire was broken. I did not know what desire felt like. I did not know how to clock it. If I saw a woman that was pretty, I maybe thought that it was like my brain being like, I like her outfit, or I like this or that. And perhaps that's why I liked fashion in the first place, right? Because I was drawn to women, but was able to explain it to my young self as, oh, you really like fashion.
Oh, that's deep.
So there was so much going on back here that I just didn't know how to figure out. I didn't even know what questions to ask to figure it out. And then when I met Haley, that desire really came to the forefront, and I was like, what is happening? Like, what? Whoa. So I was at a place in my life where I had the space and the tools and the mental health to like dive into that, pun intended, and figure it out.
What was your first Pride like?
Oh my God, my first Pride was in Toronto at home. Oh. It was so good. That's such a good question. That is so sweet of you to ask. Come on, ally. Wow. What a good question. I actually have a poem from my first Pride because there was someone on the street making those like typewriter poems, you know, for like $20 or whatever. They'll write you something and they're like, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, it's my first Pride. I wish I knew it by heart, but it's framed upstairs. But yeah, it was really special. So I went with Haley and some of my long time, like since 11 years old friends.
And has Pride changed for you since you've married Haley?
Yeah, I don't know if like since I've married Haley, but as I have like now been on this like 4-year journey, I have understood it better. I understand and am my community better, and I'm more entrenched in my community. I feel connected and enamored by my role in that community. And I really believe in my voice and like that defiance and joy that is that like beautiful combination of pride. And so, yeah, like at this point, I designed this shirt this year for a Pride collection with Joe Fresh in Canada. You know, I get to go back to Toronto for Pride this year for the second ever time. And I also just have more fun with my friends in New York City because I just feel so lucky that I am really genuinely feel like part of the community here.
Well, happy almost June.
Thank you. Happy Pride.
Your whole love story and just the way you speak about each other, and like having met you guys and hung out with you in person, I'm just like so happy for you.
Oh, thank you.
How did Haley feel last year at Swim Week when you came out with that cowboy on and you had that whip on you? I just know Haley was loving that.
Well, Haley was working because mommy told her to, because I needed good footage of that.
Right.
So yeah, she was being a professional.
Yeah.
But she
Hit
really
those angles.
Yeah. She really liked it. I think like, listen, the best part of that particular walk was that I walked with Jordan Giles. And so that had us fucking pumped. Like on my return walk back, she did a flip as I like whipped the whip.
Oh yeah, I remember that was great.
Yeah, that was the moment. So we were really excited about that. We love Jordan, huge fans. Yeah, but actually she's going to kill me if I tell you this. But so I was just working for like 10 days in Canada. And I came home and she had purchased and set up a cutout of me from that fashion show in our home. So it's currently upstairs. And she got tipsy and was flirting with it the other night. So I don't know how I feel about that. But
I wish you had it next to you so you could be like, and here it is.
Could you imagine having someone so obsessed with you, and not in a stalkerish way, of course, that'd be crazy, but just so obsessed with you in a loving way they get a printout of you?
Sleeping in traffic tonight.
Here, I'll tell her to come give it to us. Hold on.
Bring it.
But that thing is also going to scare you.
Oh,
we
yeah.
used to have a cutout in our house, and the way we always thought there was an intruder. Because you
No, yeah. I was, well, when I first saw it, I was very frightened.
Oh, I see some movement in the reflect. I see it in the frame behind you.
Hi, Haley.
Oh my God.
Tell
Hi,
Haley to say hello. Wow. Wow. Sexy lady. Oh my God. I might start flirting with that too.
Can we enhance Haley in the frame behind? Can we get a close up on her smiling back there?
Careful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
you look
her.
incredible.
And then she knows me so well. She was like, you know, in 2 days, you're going to be like, I'm going to catch you like staring at it in the hallway being like, God, it looks so good.
God, it looks so good. You're going to whisper sweet nothings to it.
because my makeup artist in Miami, Gabe, is so incredible. I'm going to put his handle in the show notes because everybody needs a little Gabe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
You look
Bye,
so
cutout.
good. Thank you.
You know, as my life has changed and as our lives change, what is your definition of success now? And what are you looking for in life, I guess?
Big
Just
question.
a simple one.
Yeah, totally. Listen, I am truthfully somebody who's pretty like resource anxious. And so I feel like even though I've done well and I've been so lucky to like do things that I really care about and on my own terms, I like always kind of felt like I've been like clawing to the next thing and like making sure everything's going to be okay and how the booking is going to stop. And if they stop tomorrow, what will I do? And blah, 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 blah. And so success to me looks like not being in a place where I like don't have to worry about that. And I do feel like I'm getting there in that I don't feel as rigid about my career. And so, you know, I've been an editor, I've been a founder, I've been a model, I'm working in TV now. I'm writing a book, which is so exciting. But I also feel like if I ever like, you know, was in a financial place that like I was going to go bartend at a lesbian bar a few nights a week, I feel like that would be so fun and I would love that. I would like genuinely enjoy that and that would feel like success to me. Whereas if you asked me that like 10 years ago, I might feel like that was like a failure. I might feel like that was a dip like we were talking about earlier or a step back. So I think I'm in a place in my life and, you know, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, oh, hilarious. You were such a baby. But I think I'm starting to figure out like, really that juice of like what it means to be embodied, what it means to design your life, like how to buck everything you got like told was what you were supposed to be or do or look like. And that feels really good.
Just had to know, just a simple question.
Yeah, how do you define, I really should ask you, how do you all define success? Because I feel like you are some of the most successful people, at least that I have in like my sphere and that I look up to. And what I mean by that is like the way that you craft your like lives and work.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you know, as younger me and success was so like what's happening in that moment. So it was winning a medal or it was, I'm bad at this, but being so present of like winning the next tournament, doing this or winning the next game. I think success has now become with the monetary success I've had and being able to, you know, live the way I want to, which is such a blessing and money does do a lot. It can buy some happiness, but doing things that I genuinely enjoy and having that freedom and creating something and staying the person that I am throughout it all, because there's so many factors. And as I get more famous or less or whatever it is, I think I've been successful in staying pretty the same.
I had a bit of a revelation about it a couple of years ago when I was an assistant in Hollywood, where some people might see it as like, oh, you're just an assistant, but I loved what I did. And to me, that was success. Like my college was like, you're doing cool things in Hollywood. Will you come speak to the graduating class? I was like, I am doing cool things in Hollywood. Like I'm not, you know, to so many people, it's so many far reaching things, but I, in the moment, enjoyed what I did. I love my little tasks as an assistant. I got to meet so many cool people. I got to move to Los Angeles. So like enjoying what I was doing was just such a marker of success for me at that point. And I think I've carried that through to today. I yap with my sisters. Are you kidding me? I'm the most successful person in the world. Like I just, yeah, it's the mark of how much I'm enjoying what I'm doing and how authentically I'm putting myself into it, I think.
I feel like I don't have a great answer because I personally don't know at the moment. I had a big career shift. I was working in the nonprofit space, and for me, that was what I wanted to do in college or after college, and I did it. And I was very happy to just coast in that, and like, and so now doing this, I don't really know what the light at the end is or what the success is. I think sometimes the only thing that is almost tangible to me is like numbers focused of whether it is monetary or if it's like follower growth. And I feel sometimes too caught up in that and it feels sometimes very icky. And so I guess I'm not redefine, but just frankly define success
and learn it
in my life.
Yeah. It's so real. I mean, I feel like that makes a lot of sense to what we like kind of just spoke about in terms of like growing older, right? It's like you aren't necessarily supposed to know how to redefine things for yourself when you're younger. And I can't wait to be in my 40s and 50s. I literally cannot wait.
I love a quote, and I just saw one that was like, I can't wait to see why it didn't work out. Like, you know, certain things.
Chills.
Right? Chills! Oh, you're welcome. And I just love it, you know, because the things you think you want, and whether you got them or not, there's a reason for it. And look where you still are now. On that note, let's go into our little section we like to call Try Hard.
Okay, try hard. Lauren, you are a sportswoman, but I don't think you've ever played rugby, have you?
No.
We should get you out on that pitch. When you score in rugby, it's called a try. So right now you're going to try as hard as you can to answer these questions as quickly as possible.
Okay.
For example, what is your favorite meme right now?
I'm doing so good. I'm doing so good. Honestly, I should just quit while I'm ahead. My favorite meme right now, I just posted a picture of the Earth, like a globe, and she's got two huge Earth titties, and it says, "Do I look flat to you?"
Hey!
So she's my favorite.
With the big naturals. Okay,
Yeah.
as a Canadian, what's one American trend you'll never understand?
I want to say republicanism,
Yeah.
but maybe I'll say the lack of poutine.
Right.
Okay, question here.
Safe answer.
We're purists about poutine. Putin, whatever. When people do like, oh, it's bacon and bourbon, and I'm like, what are we doing? No. Quit remixing it. Poutine is what it is, right? You feel the same?
No. At least get it right from the baseline before you do that. And here we have all these options that just like no one even tries to do the right curds, the right gravy on a good like fry.
The amount of times I've seen just like mozzarella instead of curds.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
It's crazy that it's just like it's not. I know we do gravy fries, but it has not seeped into America like it
doesn't
should.
go below the border, right?
It does not go below the border.
No.
Are we dumb? Like, why have we not taken that? Like,
We would love it.
Because we're not doing it right. That's the problem. Like, we bring it down here, we're not doing it right.
Oh my
And obviously, we are
gosh.
very strong opinion on this being from Vermont. So, like, famously, I love Canadian Costco's poutine. That shit kind of slaps sometimes. I'll tell you what.
sometimes McDonald's poutine I've had before too.
that was good too.
We all need to go to Mont Tremblant and like have Montreal like Quebec
We love that
poutine.
place.
We
Yeah.
must.
That's really good.
Oh my gosh, we should go.
SI 2027 on the slopes.
Hey, all of us up in
I know a
Mont
guy I
Tremblant.
could call.
Hey,
You're well connected.
you're well connected up
Speaking
north.
of SI, how much do you think a bikini should cost max per piece?
Oh, but like I'm psycho. Like that bra top cost me like $700.
Right,
You know.
right. Okay, but like
But per piece max. I also had a clothing line, and I know what labor costs, and anything under a certain amount is just like scary to get into, and not to like be a total Debbie Downer. So I'll say let's say $100 a piece.
Okay.
your experience on Traders Canada, you were a faithful. Do you think you could have won as a trader?
100%.
Yeah.
Would you go back?
100%. Yes. But I am so obsessed with Karine Vaness, our host, that I would love to be her like henchman. Like in the American version, Alan Cumming has a henchman. So I would like to be Karine's right hand. I would do whatever that woman told me to.
Yeah.
I mean,
What was your dream job when you were a kid?
guys, it was like fashion editor, designer,
What?
modeling thing.
Oh, I
yeah,
love.
it's happening.
And that's beautiful.
And there was a brief moment I wanted to be a dentist.
Okay. Hell yeah.
You know, why not?
Why not?
What would be
I
on your
know.
family crest? You and Haley's crest.
Ooh.
What's on it?
Our dog Pepper would be in the middle.
Yep.
A basketball, a pair of big naturals,
Yeah.
and yeah, that feels right.
And a
That's beautiful.
PowerPoint.
Yeah. It just like dot PPT at the bottom.
Yeah.
I actually, I have it. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine. I just have the tramp stamp of the Kosan Chan family crest.
What is the last book that you loved?
Ooh, the last book that I loved. Like loved.
Yeah.
I know I'm supposed to be going fast. The Long Game. The Long Game. Rachel reads The Long Game. I can't wait to see it come to
And
life
that's a
on,
great
on
one.
TV.
Yeah. That'll be the next season?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Alien Shane's second book.
Right.
There's a scene where they do a fake wedding with their friends' kids because the kids are like playing with them and like making them do it. And it's like so touching. And then, you know, they come out to their agent and the world in that book, but I came out to my agents like sitting on a couch, and I just know it's going to be really like heartfelt and so special, this book on the screen. Yeah.
I love that. And if there was a book, we're obviously big readers here. Is there a book that you wish everyone would read besides The Long Game by Rachel Reed?
Ooh. Yeah, it's a not a fiction answer. It's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Oh.
It's about like the science behind quote unquote manifesting. So if you were like a doubter or a cynic and not like very woo-woo or whatever you want to call it, like I was, it's a great book to explain how the concept of manifesting something actually works.
Write that down.
And last one, you said a little bit about you're writing a book. Are you writing a memoir? Are you writing your own fiction story? Tell us about it. We're all big readers.
Yeah, it's lesbian smut.
Yay! Yeah. You're like, Haley, I gotta try something out for the book.
It's for the book.
This is research.
It's called method writing.
Yes. Look it up. I'm a
Research.
professional. Well, send us an advance copy because
Deal.
I'll read that.
We'll plug it. Don't even worry.
Yeah, you had 2 scientists on the pod today.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be a fourth sister, adopted
Anytime.
for the day. Good luck
Any
getting
freaking
rid
time.
of me.
Let's go shoot in Canada and eat poutine all together, yeah?
And bring the
Deal.
cardboard cutout.
Bring the cardboard cutout.
Thanks so much for coming over to the House of Maher, a Wave original.
Be sure to watch, subscribe on YouTube, and listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Plus, follow the show on social media at House of Maher for clips and behind-the-scenes content.
Bye, Lauren.
Lauren.
See you, girl. Bye, darling.